Hey everybody, back again with another episode of High Octane Garage. Now, this one's going to be a little bit, I guess, short, kind of weird than normal. Mostly just me talking about changes that have happened and kind of updates a little bit, as well as working on the family car for oil change and brakes. So if you can't tell from the background, but we are finally moved into a new house over in the wonderful land of Tejas, Texas, however you want to say it. But the garage itself, unfortunately, I've got some room being taken up by the washer and dryer. And it's a little bit smaller, but at least the walls are fully finished. I have an automatic garage door opener and polished concrete floors too, which is quite nice. So there's definitely going to be some changes around here. Definitely I gotta figure out where that scrap's going. And of course, just with a slightly smaller room, it's going to be a little bit crammed. Don't pay attention to that. That's a surprise for another video. But yeah, today just kind of be talking about updates, and we're going to be doing brakes and oil on the family car, and I guess I'll do some updates on that, or maybe it might just be during the oil change. It doesn't really need to be that long a video. All right. So, for those of y'all that know, I am active duty Army, and once again, like usual, it's time to move. My goodness, what is happening here? Do not remember putting it on this tight. Let's try this again. But it is time to move. Time to go to a new base, and thankfully, finally getting back over to Texas. Now, I have a lot of plans for upcoming videos. Most of it is just finding time. For those of you that have been waiting on part 3 of the CM400, well, I'm sure you can understand a little pause I've had to take with the move, and just been really busy. Ooh, I got one drop on my glove. Better than normal. So, with the move, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Really not that far a drive. Didn't have any issues with actually moving said stuff. But we definitely had to downsize a lot. So unfortunately, a lot of my scrap, a lot of my projects and stuff that I had saved up are not here anymore. I did keep the blue go-kart frame, I kept the dune buggy frame, and of course I kept the Skyline. To be honest, my wife would kill me if I got rid of that, and I'd probably hate myself too. But for the current projects, the CM400, I have to kind of get everything laid out, and just haven't really found time to want to do it, I guess. The Skyline is an exciting update. So finally, now that I'm in Texas, I'm actually able to do stuff that I want to the car. Because Texas does not have state inspection or emissions anymore, which is awesome. So yes, the CM400, I did start working on it before we started the move. Currently I'm at a stage of cleaning the parts and getting the old gasket material off. But with everything that's been going on and how busy we've been, it's been a little busy, just a little bit. That is with me. Alright, we'll come back to this when that's done dripping. While we're waiting, kind of show y'all some of the progress a little bit. So these are all the top end parts and accessory pieces for the CM400. It's still plugged up, still sitting. Haven't really done anything to that. The Z9 and the CBR are obviously they haven't been touched. That it will be coming in a future video for the Skyline. And then aside from that, there's really no other projects at the moment. But yes, for those of y'all waiting on the part 3 of the CM400, it is coming. I've finally gotten settled to a point where I can actually walk around in here and start doing stuff. But pretty soon here we'll be able to finish up the CM400 part 3, get the top end rebuilt, hopefully get it running right, and post that up to the channel. Alright, this should be pretty good. So now that we've gone over the CM400, let's talk a little bit about the Skyline. The Skyline, at least in Louisiana, I really wasn't able to do nearly as much as I wanted to that car. Mostly because cops over there will pull you over just for factory tint on your vehicle. Even on newer, like a lot of newer cars, I would see get pulled over just because of factory tint. And a lot of the times, you know, that's mostly, they're just wanting money. So knowing that my car is 100% a cop magnet, just for the way it looks, I decided to hold off and wait. Now, that being said, now that we're in Texas and I can actually do more to the car, I'm certainly looking forward to getting parts in from Japan, stuff mounted up, things that I've been waiting to do since I originally got the car. It's been a very, very long wait, but we're finally at the point that we can start to do some of those things. Get this drain bolt in here, stop that oil flow. But no, now that we're finally in a state where there's no emissions, no state inspection, I've started to order parts. One of which is the Tomei exhaust system in the box sitting off to the side. The other is a different portion of said exhaust. It's a, we'll leave that one a surprise for now. But that one is still on its way from Japan. Won't be here for probably, I think about a week, if I had to guess. It's gonna take a little time for that to get here. So, in the meantime, I'm going to finish off what I can on the CM400, kind of take a step away from that and focus on some other projects and stuff that I've wanted to do for a while. Definitely kind of want to get an idea of what I'm going to do for the Skyline, which we can talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to go pre-lube and pre-fill this oil filter and then get this put up in there and start filling, and we'll come back after that. All right, finally time to add the oil. Almost gravity's not on its BS. All right, that should do it. All right, family car, no leaks, all good to go. All right, I think we'll take a moment to look a little bit deeper into the Skyline, just to kind of let y'all visually see what my plans are over the next couple of videos that I am able to do stuff on this. Interior is probably going to be last. That'll come around most likely when I do paint. Now, as far as the engine and front end though, we definitely got some work to do. So of course, the hood, headlights, center grille piece, and bumper all need to be replaced, fixed, whatever the case is. The engine itself, I want to finally start building it a bit more. It might be probably beginning of next year when I can afford to actually fully rebuild the engine. Definitely got to, I'm going to be switching out the rubber tubing that's on the intake for the HKS red filter racing suction kit. I'd love to switch out the stock intake with the side plenum. Looks a lot better in my opinion. The radiator does need to be replaced. Even though it does hold fluid, it is still quite bent. And then for sure get this front end squared away, fixed up, whatever we need to do. I did find some side skirts and a rear bumper that I liked. Definitely need to work on that. As you can see on this side, they're cracked and they're just coming off pretty bad. I definitely want to fix the paint, which that will most likely all wait until I get ready to fully paint the car. But for now, we're doing small, simple things just to have fun with it. So like every video game and everybody does, we'll be doing intake and exhaust on this first video coming up. All right guys, well I think that's probably gonna do it for today. I'm not gonna bore y'all with doing the brakes on this car. It's gonna take me longer than it's worth to record, and that's just more editing I gotta do. But I've pretty much said everything I want to. Like I said, hopefully very soon that other exhaust pipe will come in from Japan. Hopefully in the next couple days, and we can go ahead and install that as well as a couple other goodies. The CM400 is coming along. It's mostly just, like I said, you know, cleaning up some of the parts for the top end, getting the old gasket material off, which is taking a lot longer than I want it to, and then of course putting it all back together. I will be starting work, like going back to work here soon. I won't be on leave much longer, so videos might kind of become a little sparse. I'll try and film and do what I can when I can. I just have to see how the tempo is going to be once I get to my new unit and start work again. But until then, look out for part 3 of the CM400. Gonna try my best to get that out soon. I really want to get this bike running smooth so that I can move on to something else with it or take a break from it. And definitely look out for part 1 of the Skyline. That'll be coming once I get those extra parts from Japan. Like I said, just waiting on shipping at the moment. So until the next episode, I'll see y'all later.